So Shane, we've got a sansui receiver and special graphic equalizer. Let's start at the top with the receiver. So what's happening there with that?
Okay, radio. Basically what's happening with this is you have your standard bass and treble controls, your balance pop and all that sort of thing. At the moment it's only driving one set of speakers, but it is capable of driving either an A or B set of speakers.
Or both together, yes?
Actually, with this particular one, it's got to be either or.
Okay.
It's not a 4-speaker setup. It's only, you can basically drive speaker A or speaker B.
No worries. And so we've got headphone input.
And yeah, you've got your phone output. Yeah, that's correct. Okay.
And
if we move a bit
to the
further
tuner,
across.
yes.
Okay. The tuner is actually like a digital, one of the first digital tuners, released by Sansui, and your frequency range actually goes up on the diagonal on the screen there.
Right, and that's push button up or down?
It's push button up or down, you know, via the tuning keys there.
Do you want to just give us a demonstration of that?
Okay.
And it actually beeps as it goes up.
It beeps as it goes up. Now, we might have to switch it to FM there for it to be effective, because it automatically locks onto the station.
And the stereo lights up.
And the FM stereo light comes on. It shows that it's locked and everything there, so
everything's working 100% there?
Everything's working 100% in terms of that. It's probably a bit intermittent with the signal there because you don't have a full antenna attached to the back of it.
No worries. Now we've got a loudness switch as well?
Yeah, there is the loudness switch. Is basically that enhances the overall frequency balance when you're running it at slightly lower volumes. You don't necessarily need it when you've got it cranked, you know, to the max.
Rightio.
So, okay.
Okay. So that's fine. So, and now I think that pretty well covers.
You do have some presets down there for your tuner as well, for your AM and FM presets. So you can preset 5 AM and 5 FM stations on this.
And there's a little memory button.
There's the little memory button to lock in those presets.
And when you got the option of stereo or mono.
Yeah, but it's got the FM, you know, stereo mono muting capability to weed out some of the weaker stations and stuff like that.
Okay, so
it does have a phono input as well.
A phono input as well, which is fantastic.
Input, you know, for those of us that are still either vinyl aficionados or slowly but surely converting our vinyl over to a digital format.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, so that's the Sansui Quartz PLL synthesizer receiver, which is a
R505.
R505, and they seem to be quite rare. We did a bit of research, googled it, and it was a bit hard to find information on it. You found a bit of info, but
yeah, still sort of trying to Google, and certainly if there's anything the two of us find between the two of us, it'll certainly appear sort of in written form, or we'll put up a link in the main body of the listing if we come across it.
No worries. Okay, so just briefly down the bottom with the graphic equalizer, if you can just give us a quick spiel on that.
Okay, well with the graphic equalizer, okay, what happens is you normally sort of just turn your bass and treble knobs to neutral up on the top panel on the receiver, and then you can basically switch in your basically you more fine tone control via the sliders here, which have the you know, sort of different frequencies there. Your 6.3 hertz, your 160 hertz, 400 hertz, 1 kilohertz, 2.5 kilohertz, 6.3 kilohertz, and 16 kilohertz. So that just gives you more fine tuning in terms of your bass, treble, and mid range.
Sure.
And all that sort of thing there.
Okay.
Now, this little thing in the middle is quite a groovy little device.
It is groovy. Do you want to just put some tunes on again?
Okay, I'll wait some tunes on again because it's Mr. Jar has stopped playing for a second, so I'll get Mr. Jar back on again. Here we go. Here comes Mr. Jar again. Now, this little sort of LCD thing down here sort of harks back to sort of the oscilloscopes that were more common on the earlier Sansui quad receivers and stuff like that, and Marantz actually did a little bit of this electronic sort of oscilloscope sort of stuff earlier in the piece. Generally speaking, they were like just plain blue or plain green displays. This is a multicoloured sort of display, so it's got a bit more flash or a bit more bling to it, you could say.
Okay, we're about to run out of time.
Okay.
So just briefly, this little switch here makes it bend and give you an echo effect.
It actually, yeah, it does enhance, gives you some echo. And if we come over very quickly to the far side of the panel, there are mic and line mixers here, which have all got 5-band equalisers on them as well.
So you can equalise the individual microphones.
Yeah, well that's right, microphones, guitars, keyboards, whatever, because you can run microphones or guitars through the 1/4-inch plugs.
Well, I think that's a very cool and groovy system. Now, it comes from what era?
Well, it's very, very early 1980s, probably circa 1980-82.
And the equaliser is a RG707.
That's correct.
And they're both separate components.
They are both separate components.
And that's a really groovy unit, and it's really in excellent condition, would you say?
Yeah,
There's
absolutely.
no scratchy pots or anything, and everything seems to be working.
Everything seems to be in perfect working order. You know, we've run some pretty exhaustive testing on this, and yeah, it's been fine. It's come out with flying colours.
All right, Shane. Thanks very much for your help on that, and happy bidding. If you've got any other questions on this lovely antique electronic piece of equipment, don't hesitate to contact me. Okay, cheers, and happy eBaying. Bye for now.